Hello students, welcome to Samveda e-learning program class 9 Science. Chapter 1 Matter in our surrounding, session 3. Learning point of session 3 of 3 is latent heat of fusion, latent heat of vaporization, sublimation, effect of change of pressure, evaporation. Students have taken ice in a bowl and I am going to try to measure the melting point of ice. So, I insert the thermometer inside the bowl. What observing there? Observe carefully. What are you seeing there? It is little bit above 0 degrees Celsius. What is this Celsius method? Normally, we use different types of measurement to measure the temperature. One is Celsius scale, that is Celsius method, Kelvin method and Fahrenheit method. Now, let us discuss about Celsius and Kelvin method. Here the melting point of ice is 273.16 Kelvin. What is this? You are seeing there a little bit above 0 degrees Celsius, but I am showing you that the melting point ice is 273.16 Kelvin. What does it mean? We can convert the Celsius method to Kelvin method and Kelvin method to Celsius method. Let us see conversion of Kelvin temperature to Celsius scale. For this, if the temperature is given in Kelvin scale, we should subtract the temperature from 273. For example, if the temperature is 300 Kelvin, if we want to convert this Kelvin to Celsius scale, should subtract from 273, that will get 27 degrees Celsius. That means 300 Kelvin is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. Understand? Now, just convert 100 Kelvin to Celsius scale. I think you will do. Next, conversion of Celsius temperature into Kelvin scale. How to convert? If the temperature is in Celsius scale, you should add 273. For example, if the temperature is 300 degrees Celsius, should add 273, you will get 573 Kelvin. That means 300 degrees Celsius is equals to 573 Kelvin. Now, convert 100 degrees Celsius to Kelvin scale. Next, fusion. What is fusion? That is the process of melting. That is a change of solid state into liquid state is also known as fusion. Ice starts to melt, it becomes water, it is called fusion. When solid melts, its temperature remains the same. So, where does the heat energy go? See here, a graph showing that at 0 degree Celsius, ice is solid, it starts to melting in that temperature, but the temperature remains same. At 0 degree Celsius, you are finding that the water is both in solid and liquid form, it just start to melting. In the same way, at 100 degree Celsius, you are seeing the liquid and gaseous state, but the temperature remains same. So, where does temperature go on? That means, this heat gets used up in changing the state by overcoming the forces of attraction between the particles. It is considered that it gets hidden into the contents of the beaker and is known as latent heat. So, what is latent means? Latent means hidden. See here, when you apply temperature, when you are going to give temperature to the molecule or particles, it start vibrating. They use this temperature, that is energy, to break their bond. They start to move freely. So, what it says, that means the temperature remains same means the temperature is going to use by the particles to break their bond. So, what is it? The word latent means hidden. The amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is known as latent heat of fusion. Once again, the amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of a solid into a liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is known as latent heat of fusion. So, the particles in water, that means 0 degree Celsius or 273 Kelvin have more energy as compared to particles in ice at the same temperature. When you supply heat energy to water, particles start moving even faster. At certain temperature, a point is reached when the particles have enough energy to break free from the force of attraction of each other. See here, when you apply heat, the particles start vibrating. If the heat is more, the bond will break and they start to move freely. The temperature at which a liquid starts boiling at the atmospheric pressure is known as its boiling point. At this temperature, the liquid starts changing into gas. Students, boiling is a bulk phenomenon. Particles from the bulk of the liquid gain enough energy to change into the vapor state. For water, this temperature is 373 Kelvin or 100 degree Celsius. See here, a picture showing that in time 1, the more thermal energy means the particle starts vibrating fast. In time 2, there is less thermal energy, the particles are not as fast as in time 1. What it shows? It shows that the temperature play important role in the changing of the matter. Sometimes you might have observed that steam causes much hazards than a boiling water. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಕಡೆ ಹಬೆಗಳಿಂದ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅನಾಹುತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸಿನೀರಿಗಿಂತ. ಹಬೆಯು ಬಿಸಿನೀರಿಗಿಂತನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. Can you define now the latent heat of vaporization? The same way, that is the amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 liter of liquid into gas at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is known as the latent heat of vaporization. Once again, the amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 liter of a liquid into gas at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point is called latent heat of vaporization. So, particles in steam, that is water vapor at 373 Kelvin or 100 degree Celsius have more energy than water at the same temperature. This is because particles in steam have absorbed extra energy in the form of latent heat of vaporization. It's clear now? See, we are producing the steam by water. Compared to boiling water, steam has extra energy. In the olden days, this steam is used to run the machines that are called steam engine. So, we infer that the state of matter can be changed into another state by changing the temperature. When temperature is high, water changes into water vapor. When temperature is low, vapor changes into liquid, liquid to solid ice. Like this, by changing the temperature, we can change the state of matter. So, we have learned that substances around us change state from solid to liquid and liquid to gas on application of heat. Then, there are some that change directly from solid state to gaseous state and vice versa without changing into the liquid state. What does that mean? Okay, students, I told you that some substances are there, on applying heat, they change directly from solid state to gaseous state. See here, I have a camphor with me, so I am going to supply heat. So, what are you observing here? This camphor, without going into liquid state, it starts to evaporating. that is, it is going to change to gaseous state directly from solid state. So, the phenomenon in which by applying heat the solid state turns to gaseous state directly is called sublimation. In the same way, we can do it with ammonium chloride also. Then what is sublimation? A change of state directly from solid to gas without changing into liquid state is called sublimation. Now, let us discuss the effect of change of pressure. In the environment, the temperature and pressure play a very important role. So, we have already learned that the difference in various states of matter is due to the difference in the distance between the constituent particles. So, what will happen when you start putting pressure and compress a gas enclosed in the cylinder? What will happen to them? Will the particles come closer? Do you think that increase or decreasing the pressure can change the state of matter? Just think, see here, by applying the pressure, when the pressure increases, what about volume? Volume decreases. When the pressure decreases, volume start to increases, isn't it? So, by applying the pressure, volume is decreasing. When you remove the pressure, volume is increasing. What it says? That is, the applying pressure and reducing temperature can liquefy gases. Have you heard about solid carbon dioxide? Solid carbon dioxide is mainly used in some functions and in some films they are using to create a foam like environment. It is stored under high pressure. See, this is the solid carbon dioxide, we call them it as dry ice. This is the reason that solid carbon dioxide, also known as dry ice, that we can say that pressure and temperature determine the state of a substance, whether it is a solid, liquid or gas. So, you can change the gaseous carbon dioxide into solid dry ice by applying the pressure, isn't it? Atmospheric pressure, ATM, is the unit of measuring pressure exerted by a gas. The unit of pressure is Pascal, it is a PA, means Pascal. So, 1 atmospheric means 1.01 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal, that is called 1 atmospheric pressure. The pressure of air in atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1 atmosphere and is taken at the normal atmospheric pressure at sea level. You know, at sea level, at 1 atmospheric pressure, water starts to boil at 100 degrees Celsius. Solid carbon dioxide gets converted directly to gaseous state on decrease of pressure to 1 atmosphere without coming into liquid state. See here, a square inch of column of air molecules, that is the applying of 14.7 lakhs of pressure on 1 square inch is called 1 atmospheric pressure. Understand? Next comes to evaporation. What is evaporation? When we start to boil the water, it starts to evaporate. Do we always need to heat or change the pressure for changing the state of matter? Just think, water when left uncovered slowly changes into vapor. If you put a plate on a water tumbler overnight, below the plates, we will see water drops. What it shows? It shows that water is get vaporizing without giving extra heat from outside. Wet clothes dry up. What happens to the water in the above two examples? We know that the particles of matter are always moving and are never at rest. It can be solid or liquid or gas. At a given temperature, in any gas, liquid or solid, there are particles with different amount of kinetic energy. In case of liquids, a small fraction of particles, the surface having higher kinetic energy, is able to break away the force of attraction of other particles and gets converted into vapor. Case of liquids. This phenomenon of change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. The phenomenon of change of a liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Then what are the factors affecting evaporation? See here, evaporation is taking place in all the time, in all the day. But the rate of evaporation is different from the type of weather. Evaporation you can see naturally, but let us discuss about the factors affecting evaporation. Now, I have a hot water in a glass and a hot water in a plate. Okay, students, I have taken water in 3 different containers. I have a hot water with me, in a test tube, in a plate and in a glass. So, in which container evaporates starts faster? So, what it says that it is more in plate, next in a glass container and last in this test tube. What it shows, see here, these plates have more surface area compared to this glass and then to test tube. So, by increasing surface area, evaporation also increases. By increasing surface area, the rate of evaporation increases. In the same way, by decreasing surface area, the rate of evaporation decreases. But the above activities, we observed that the rate of evaporation increases with what? An increase of surface area. It will take time to drink a cup, coffee in a cup, but it is very less if you drink in a plate. What it shows, if the surface area increases, the evaporation also increases. It makes the matter cool. We know that evaporation is a surface phenomenon. If the surface area is increased, the rate of evaporation increases. For example, while putting the clothes for drying up, we spread them out, isn't it? See here, if you spread the cloth, they will dry easily and very early. Evaporation increases an increase in temperature. With an increase of temperature, more number of particles get enough energy to go into the vapor state, isn't it? A decrease in humidity. Know that clothes will not dry easily in winter season due to more humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in air. The air around us cannot hold more than a definite amount of water vapor at a given temperature. If the amount of water is in air is already high, the rate of evaporation decreases. So, evaporation decreases by increasing humidity. Evaporation increases by decreasing humidity, vice versa. Next, an increase in wind speed. It is common observation that clothes dry faster on a windy day. What happens there? With the increase in wind speed, the particles of water vapor move away with the wind, decreasing the amount of water vapor in the surrounding. Then, how does evaporation cause cooling? I have observed if you put a glucose powder to your mouth, you feel some cooling effect. In the same way, in open vessel, the liquid keeps on evaporating, you know that. The particles of liquid absorb energy from the surrounding to regain the energy lost during evaporation. This absorption of energy from the surrounding makes the surroundings cool. What happens when you pour some acetone or nail polish remover on your palm? You feel cold. If you put a spirit on your palm, you feel cold. You can do this activity in your lab. If you put a glucose powder to your mouth, you feel cold sensation in your mouth. That means what happens? They absorb the energy from the surrounding. So, particles gain energy from your palm or from your mouth or surrounding and evaporate, causing the palm to feel cool. In order to melt what we taken the glucose in the mouth, it absorbs the heat from your mouth to dissolve in the mouth. In the same way, so the particles will gain energy from the surrounding. After a hot sunny day, people sprinkle water on the roof or open ground because the large latent heat of vaporization of water helps to cool the hot surfaces. ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ನೀರು ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಮನೆ ಚವಣಿ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀರು ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೂಲ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ latent heat of vaporization makes the surrounding cool. So that's why it's being called the water. Why should we wear cotton clothes in summer? What is the use of wearing cotton clothes in summer? We know that in different seasons we wear different types of clothes. During summer, we perspire more because of the mechanism of our body which keeps us cool. We know that during evaporation, the particles at the surface of the liquid gain energy from the surrounding or a body surface and change into vapor. The heat energy equal to the latent heat of vaporization is absorbed from the body, leaving the body cool. Cotton, being a good absorber of water, helps in absorbing the sweat and exporting it to the atmosphere for easy evaporation. ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಹತ್ತಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ, ದೇಹವನ್ನು ತಂಪಾಗಿಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. Why do we see water droplets on the outer surface of glass containing ice cold water? Okay, I will show this by doing an activity in front of you. Now students, I will take ice cold water in a glass container. I will pour water. Now look carefully on the outer surface of glass. You will see water droplets on the outer surface of glass containing water. A takes some time. Yes, see here we will find a water droplets on these outer surfaces. This is because the water vapor present in air or coming in contact with the cold glass of water loses energy and gets converted to liquid state, which you see as water droplets. Okay. See here, you can see this phenomenon in during rain season also. While going in vehicle, you can see this water droplets on the glass. If you are sitting in a window sides, you can see the water droplets on a windows. The water vapor present in air on coming contact with the cold glass of water loses energy and gets converted into liquid state, which you see as water droplets. That is why you see the water droplets on the outside of the glass tumbler. Now students, the quiz time now. 1. Change of solid state into liquid state is also known as what? Answer is fusion. Next question. The amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is known as, what is the answer? Yes, latent heat of fusion. Next question. State of matter can be changed into another state by changing the temperature and even pressure also. Now, time for homework. Write the questions I am going to give you, write the answer and show it to your teacher. First one, convert 400 Kelvin into Celsius scale. Convert 400 Kelvin into Celsius scale. Define fusion. Define fusion. What is latent heat of vaporization? What is latent heat of vaporization? Explain the factor affecting on evaporation. Explain the factor affecting on evaporation. What is sublimation? What is sublimation? Explain the effect of change in pressure on gaseous state. Explain the effect of change in pressure on gaseous state. Okay students, thank you. I am your Srinivasa KV, Assistant Master, GHS, Kanamakalapalli, Bagipalli Taluku, Chikballapura District. Thank you.